Yep.
And action.
Hey guys, Nathan Brendan Masters. I am considering re-uploading Epitaph Bread and Salt, like the whole movie, not the nerfed version that you guys have now. And it will have maybe some minor edits just to keep it within YouTube's terms of service, but there's about at least a good 15-20 minutes missing from the version that's up now. So I'm thinking about putting that back up. But here's some behind the scenes footage of some fights and things that I actually found online, and I haven't seen this stuff for years, but this is the fight with Molly Pan, and Molly Pan is the first vampire that I run into in Epitaph Bread and Salt. She's a martial artist and stunt woman, and she's doing photography now, but I'm sure she still acts and models on the side. But this is my fight scene with her, and I always try to use martial artists in the fight scenes, and she was one of those martial artists. That fight was so short in the movie, but it took 3 days to shoot and 3 locations to shoot it in. The first part of this fight was shot on the Canon HG10. The second and third parts were shot on our DOP's Canon 70D. Adam Daniels had moved out of the city at this point, and I bought the T3i to kind of match up with his 5D and this 70D. So I want to keep that because it just looked better. I like the HG10, but I used the HG10 because it was the camera I could afford. I eventually saved up a little bit of money, sold the HG10, and with that money I went and bought the T3i, which we used. And then after that, I used the T3i on part of the Perfect Letter. Then I sold it and got the 2 Sony cameras, which some people thought was a bad idea, but it worked out fine for me. While this was my most watched movie, The Perfect Letter actually turned out to be my most profitable.
Action. Yeah, so you're in the light? Yeah. Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Action. All right, guys. Now, this next fight is still on my channel somewhere, but this is some choreography that we were doing for Epitaph Bread and Salt. Now, this is Joseph Canales, not to be confused with Ebi Canales, who did the cover for the Epitaph Bread and Salt collection, the graphic novel that we crowdfunded. But this guy was a great martial artist. Again, love working with martial artists. And this was some of the choreography we were trying to put together for the movie. And it was good choreography, but it just didn't fit in with the fight scene, like the flow of the fight. It just didn't fit in. So we kind of let it go. But I enjoyed working with him. Hopefully I'll get to work with him again. And, I like, this is one of the better fight scenes with him, Molly, and Chris. All of these were really fun and awesome fight scenes. Some of the best fight scenes I've done have been in Epitaph Bread and Salt. Some of the most exciting ones, and some of the best looking ones were in here. My biggest regret for Epitaph Bread and Salt, as far as the fight scenes go, is the fact that that last fight scene, I didn't edit it as well as I should have, and I don't have the original files to re-edit it. But I'll try in the, when I upload the new one, I'll try to see if I can make it look a little bit tighter, But yeah, that's my biggest regret. But I enjoyed fighting with him. Now, final thing is me testing the vampire effects. I'll leave a link to this in the description. Now, if you guys are into low-budget filmmaking, I'm pretty sure that you know this guy. This is Sam Loya. He's part of VideoCopilot. He's the guy that, he does all the, he's the guy who all the special effects are done to. So this is a clip I used from their, you know, they let you download assets and stuff to practice with. And this is how I learned how to do the vampire dusting effect. And the thing about my film is, in some places it looks amazing, in some places it just looks really bad. Now, when I first created the Victor Locke Demon Hunter character, it was supposed to be a novel, and then a comic book, and then a movie. And I would make the movie when I got the money to make the movie. But I started watching Buffy and Angel, and I said, you know, I could make this, but the biggest thing I would need to learn is how to make the vampire dusting effect. Well, years later, I finally learned how to do that. And this is what it's supposed to look like. So I did that, and I got a little bit too overconfident because I realized that, you know, all I had to do was follow these directions and I could do this. So I could make these little changes and things, and each creature was going to dissipate differently. And yeah, that's why that's why sometimes it looks really cool and sometimes it looks like garbage. The only thing I really had to do was just change the direction of the debris. So had I followed all of the stuff exactly that way, all the effects would have looked so much better. So there's about, I'd say, 2 or 3 in there that look really nice, and the rest look iffy. So, you know, you'll see that if I can upload it. So I'm going to be working on that this week, seeing what I can do with it, and hopefully I can get it uploaded, keep it monetized. I actually found the old thumbnail for it, which apparently the thumbnail might have been the problem, which is crazy because they could have just done what they did with other videos, just took the thumbnail off, but I don't know. So I modified the thumbnail. I'm going to do some tests with it, and we'll go from there. So that's it, guys. You take it easy. Nathan Brendan Masters. Austin.
Don't look back, we're here to stay. A life we knew would come one day. And this is it, the borderline to where the future leaves us behind. The fire will